Did you press the start button?
We have kilobits. Yes.
7,185 kilobits per second. Coming to you live on a Saturday night. I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I'm here with Buff Del Campo, who is trying to hide in the corner. Turn the camera.
Oh, I turned the camera so you could see see your project over there.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, so now
we have my project on camera too as well, so that'll be.
Oh yeah, we can switch to this. Which one does it? This one does it. Yeah, that's Kim's project that she's working on. So I'll put it back to this.
Can you hear us okay? We were having microphone problems. Dougster is here. Lester LeSabre is here. Buddy Carafano here. Inspector Bruce is here. Kevin Smith, not here. He was here, but he had to leave. All right, everybody with those 9:30 timestamps, Bruce through Dougster, you all get 4 points for being here on the button. Nice work. We are going to take a crack at this machine.
Oh, audio. He's saying something with audio. What's wrong with the audio?
Audio check mark. That means
audio check mark. Okay.
I went and dug in the junk pile and found some parts. They're heavy. They're heavy. This is the original left-hand drive pump for the skid loader. It's kind of cool. This looks like the barrel for a revolver.
You can't show that on YouTube.
It's not. It's a pump.
It's part of a pump. Okay.
It has nothing to do with any type of lead propulsion device. And these little things go in and out.
Okay. It's one of those.
It's a pump. Hydraulic. For pumping fluid. Hydraulic fluid. It has nothing to do with any type of powder actuations, lead. Anyway, this one was burned up and blown apart.
Hello, Ari.
And so, I just assumed because it was in the right color that it was like the original one that was in this when it was built. But I don't think so. I think somebody put this in. One of the things that leads me to believe that this is some kind of a replacement piece is that the arm that actuates the pump doesn't have the right flat on the side. So somebody retrofit this to fit in this machine. Well, it was bad. So I got a replacement and put it in about a year ago. And the replacement has been, there were times where it seemed like it was working good and other times where it doesn't work that good. And there's a hydraulic line down in the bottom of the machine that leaks. So the machine drains down over time, and sometimes it gets air in the system. And when it gets air in the system, it is just miserable. It doesn't want to prime itself properly. Well, I figured out the problem, right? So fluid goes, the pump is basically inside this cast iron shell. This is a cast iron shell. It's driven from this side by the motor, okay? And then inside this shell is this barrel that is the pump. And it's submerged, it's meant to be submerged in hydraulic fluid as it spins around so it can pick up fluid. And so the fluid, in order for it to not overheat, it's always circulated by the pump that operates the bucket and stuff like that. That's a continuous flow. This doesn't flow unless you put it, move it forward or back. In the idle position, it doesn't pump because of the design of the pump. So anyways, fluid goes in down here, and the excess fluid, air, whatever, comes out of there, which is fine on the right-hand pump. The problem is they installed the pump like this. And if you've ever put brake calipers on the wrong side and put the bleeder valve facing down, you'll know that if you put the bleeder valve on the bottom, that the air goes to the top and stays there. And then the pump that is supposed to be submerged in fluid all the time, well, it's submerged in air, which in addition to being poorly lubricated and causing the bearings to seize, such as the original, it also does not do a very good job at making pressure. And that's what's happening to the one that's in the unit right now. It is airlocked, and there's no way to bleed out the air when the pump is upside down. So this is the heart of the machine, and just like you would see with a heater core, right? This comes down the assembly line, and they build the entire machine around it.
It's the thing. It's in there like a heater core.
It's at the heart of the machine. So I think I might be able to take it out without taking the motor out, but probably not. I probably have to take the motor out of the machine. The motor's back there. It's a twin-cylinder Honda. We'll probably have to take that motor out of the machine to get to the pulley, because I have to take the pulley off before I can take this off of this comes off the other side. And it goes through like a central plate that has tensioning things. Anyways, it's buried in there really deep. So, pit is poorly lubricated and seized all the time. Now, the bad news is that I already had this machine all apart, like a year and a half ago, and it stinks to have to do it again. But the good is that I'm a little older and a little wiser, and I kind of know what I did wrong. So maybe this time I'm going to go. Now the Honda motor, is running really well. I took the carburetor apart 3-4 times, cleaned it out repeatedly until I finally got it to where it runs and idles and all that stuff. So it makes plenty of power to operate. There's 2 of these pumps, and then there's the other pump that runs the bucket and the loader lifter. And I am not any kind of hydraulics wizard. This is new to me. This is one of the few hydraulic-powered machines that I've worked on. And being that it's, 35 years old or maybe more, it has been through quite a bit. Give it a 318.
Well, you have a 318. Oh, or do you just have 360 left?
The problem, no, there's a 318 right there. The problem with the 318 is I think it's a little bit. It's going to cause a weight and balance problem with this, or else that's a 24 horsepower GX series engine, like Dirt Road Landing said. It's more than enough. This only had a 16 horse.
It has a 16 horse diesel in it, and now it's got this. Somebody did this. We didn't do this. Somebody did that.
So somebody replaced with like a third larger engine than was ever intended. So it has more than enough power to make this machine go. What happens, honestly, if you crank that motor up all the way and push the machine, it just hits the relief valves on the pressure. It'll only do as much work as it's meant to do. Thanks, D-Man. Yeah, I think I finally, after and I kind of knew for a while there was problems. Yeah, the Honda, it will run really good. It's lack of maintenance or lack of proper care. Like when the exhaust is open to the sky and water that'll burn up your exhaust valves because you get too much moisture in the exhaust, and it was having that problem. So someday I need to get into the engine and put new exhaust valves, because I know they're burned. It might even need cylinder heads. So it runs kind of
runs well though.
It runs kind of hotter than it should, because it's probably getting a little blow by. But it's so much more power than it ever needed that it's fine. It's fine. I know that it. But yeah, it needed a lot of maintenance. The filter was clogged, and the engine maybe was never had the oil changed. Anyways, Honda is good. The only thing that will kill a Honda is lack of maintenance, just like a Toyota. I agree. I think that motor would last, especially where it's overpowered. That motor would outlast anyone's. That motor will last forever. And this is a heavy-duty built machine. I mean, it's commercial. These machines were the equivalent, like an equivalent machine now would be like 30 grand, right? But probably just needs a valve adjustment, maybe straight bullet. It might come around with a valve adjustment, but it does run. It starts and runs real well. So make clappers. Right now I use a coffee can on it.
Yeah,
me
it's just
sitting
like
outside.
somebody said. Yeah,
And I would
probably
sure
came
like
on.
to have it under roof this winter. I'm sick of it sitting outside. It's actually one of the more expensive pieces of equipment we have on the property, and it sits out under the trees, and I really don't like that. So once I can get once I have it running well enough to move the Bronco 2 out of the shed, it gets the shed along with his tractor because his tractor has been sitting outside way too long as well. So the tractor shed will get used as a tractor shed. Let's see. Uh,
I missed somebody in here very early. It was Major Maroon.
I'll welcome in.
Saw Major Maroon. Yes. And I see the avatar, so I know who that is.
Dirt road landing. That's this thing. It is. There is no electronics whatsoever. And actually, the electronics that were on it, like the start solenoid and stuff like that, it's all disabled. You have to go through the start sequence with the wires and the pumps and the valves and everything, and then use it like a jumper wire to jump the starter. And then it only needs the battery to start, and then it's self-sustaining. So, and then everything else is mechanical linkages. So. You potatoed his truck exhaust for fun. I'm sure he figured it out eventually. Okay, we missed something. I don't know what it
I don't know.
was. All right. If I missed your comment, I apologize. Maybe say it again because we can't. I'm already too dirty to mess with the mouse, and he doesn't seem interested in scrolling back. So.
Oh, what do you want to? Tell me where to scroll back to.
I don't know. I don't know what I missed. There was something I was looking at.
Talking a lot about
Water and pine needles. GX series. Oh well.
Craig Mays.
Oh, I saw the shorts that you did, Dougster, on. Oh, Ari's here too.
Yep.
I saw 2 shorts that you put out today, Dougster, on the VW. Did you crack the brake lines at the master to see if the master was pushing fluid, to see if it was a clogged line or if it was a bad master? Because obviously those are 2 different paths to redemption.
Dirt Road Lennox. I just found out about how awesome the Ford 300 6-cylinder is. Yeah, 240 is the same basic engine, and I drove a truck with a 240 in it a lot. And then I rebuilt the 240 for the same truck and put a fresh engine in it. So yeah, those are pretty good. They look a lot like a 289 or a 302 Ford inside. The heads do. Pretty cool.
So I had the joy of having a parts assembly to disassemble. You see, this is the part that rocks when you pull the lever actuated, and when it's like this, it goes forward. When it's like that, it goes backwards, right? But so the actuator lever that sticks out through the casing is on this side, but I need to flip the whole casing over, and then when the lever's on this side, well, first of all, it doesn't match up to what's in the machine, but also it hits the side of the machine when you try and tension the belt. So I have to take the shafts out so that I can take this out of the cast iron housing. And I was too scared to drive out those drift pins that hold them into this because I didn't really know how to do that. But now I'm older and wiser and maybe dumber. I don't know, but we're going to try. But first I got to get the darn thing out of the machine, and that'll probably be pain. Pain. Yeah, and grease. If I don't have grease past my elbows, then I'm just not trying. That means I gave up early, guys, because it's going to be that kind of night. We do have both cameras. Pop up the other camera again.
Trying.
Beetle had great brakes. Last summer they just gave up the ghost and no leaks. Well, that doesn't explain where the fluid that was in the lines went to. You know? Like, the fluid dust doesn't evaporate out of the lines unless there's a leak. Yeah, I always have something going on. That's the point. We talk about it days beforehand. What are we going to have in the shop next? What's our next What's our next video? What's our next thing? Everything has to be content. You know what? Being a YouTuber is actually,
It makes you get stuff done.
you got to have some drive or else you're not going to get anywhere, first of all. Because if you don't do anything, you don't have nothing to talk about, right? Like if we hadn't gone to the post office, we wouldn't have got any post office shorts. If we haven't worked on his
It's silly
Mercury,
silly post office
we
short.
wouldn't have any Mercury shorts, you know? We didn't work on the dart, we wouldn't have any dart shorts. And people get bored if you do the same thing, so you got to keep it moving.
Just you can take those weight plates off too and adjust the weight front to back. Oh, we need more weight plates.
I don't think we're going to put a 318 in. 24 horsepower is plenty to move this around.
Oh, this thing will do wheelies.
I've never had a problem that it didn't have enough power, but I've had problems where this was not priming properly to push. So toss a few wheel weights on your. Oh, that's horrible.
I left the alignment shop when I was like 17 or 18 one time, and the guys there joking around. I had a 66 Chevelle, and they took the right front wheel and they put wheel weights all the way around like 180 degrees, half the wheel. And I got on the highway, and that thing, the wheels bumping up and down, and it was a place to pull over to some dirt. So I pulled over in there, and as I had tools with me, so I'm prying the wheel weights off, and highway patrol and stuff. And, you know, it's like, what? Are you okay? What's wrong? I said, yeah, I got stupid friends. Put all these on there, and he just looked at me funny, and then he went, got in his car and drove off. But they put a whole half a wheel of wheel weights on it.
That's evil. It's wonderful. It's evil in the amusing sort of funny way. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Happy Saturday night. And I'll try and keep you posted. I'll make him every once in a while show what I'm doing.
Is this what people do on Saturday night? Skid steer maintenance. Oh, man.
You take me to the nicest place.
Take her to the nicest places.
Yeah.
Yeah, skid steer. Yeah, I'm always looking at nice restaurants to go to anything, and then it's like, I think we'll go do a video. D-Man says, good to see you, Kim. What'd you have for lunch?
Pizza.
You had pizza? Oh, you went to that place.
That's the only thing I ate all day.
They had pizza there.
I did. Yeah.
I didn't go there. I didn't have pizza.
It was, who made the pizza? It was it Domino's maybe?
Oh, it's
Domino's still a thing?
Professionally made pizza.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. Maybe somebody made the pizza.
No, there's 100 people there. They have
oh.
pizza. Pizza's the lazy.
It says, lately I hang out with Kim and Buff on Saturday nights. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, that's a good place, I guess.
We appreciate it.
Shop.
Just imagine what losers we'd feel like if we were the only ones here.
What did I have? Jeez, what did I have? Oh, I cut up some tomatoes. I cut up a bunch of Roma tomatoes, and I put some blue cheese dressing on it. And that wasn't good enough. So then I made a sandwich with, I put like 2 different kinds of meat, cheese, and onion slices, and I don't know what. It was pretty good. Duro says, I prefer sausage over pepperoni on pizza. And, you know, my favorite is the one that always causes all the controversy, which is...
Don't even start that.
Ham and pineapple. Man, there's people that go, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Well, then I'll eat it off the pizza. You know?
Jeez, you're really getting... Right away, you're going to get into this...
I got to get into some controversy.
Big trouble. Right away.
No religion, no politics, no Hawaiian pizza. The cat toy that chirps with slight movements is funny to put under a car seat. Beware. You get it back. I never heard of that thing. I'm glad to still be on the right side of the ground.
Here you go.
Yeah, this is Patrick's. Oh, why are you handing me this?
Hold that.
She handed me the muffulator and a clamp. Yeah, Duro Landing says pineapple does not belong on pizza. D-Man says garlic pepperoni sausage. Yeah, that sounds good too.
Pineapple belongs on pineapple pizza?
Dexter says I like ham and pineapple. Add bacon. Bacon's one of those things that sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
That's a lot of meat on a pizza. Wow.
Classic Car Revival says new sub here. Hello. Hello. Good to have you here.
Welcome in.
Classic Car. Man, I never thought we were working on classic cars till I figured out my car's 47 years.
I hate cars.
My car's 47 years old. Everybody goes, I like classic cars. I'm thinking, oh, this is just a normal car. No, it was normal back when I had a new one. But now it's a classic. Oh, man. It says pineapple's great on pizza. So, classic car, what classic cars do you have or work on? Let's see, pineapple and ham, yeah, straight bullet.
Does he have a channel? Is he part of the
I'm thinking he has a channel, and I'm thinking I'm already subbed to it, but I'm not sure. I should probably find it, but I have exhausted the way of my. Just tell me, so I don't have to search. Three pizzas should have normal versus abnormal food. Okay, everybody's telling me the D-Man says the Little Italy. Dirt Road Landing. Sausage, green peppers, black olives, extra sauce, cheese on super thin crust. Man, that actually sounds really good. And I can eat a little bit of thin crust, but I can't eat the thick crust. I shouldn't be having that. Just too many carbs. What you doing there, Tim? Oh, you're messing with your camera. Okay. Well, there's me sitting over there. So now we have the focus right there. Let's see here. That's Carlos. You from the Duluth area? Me? Oh, no. I just get these shirts, and they had a bunch of them with the Duluth trading company on them, so I bought them.
He's known for wearing them shirts because they cover up his butt.
So, yeah, the Duluth Trading Company shirts are about 2 inches longer. And I got a tall body and short legs, so, that helps. We're from Middle Tennessee.
We're not from here, but that's where
that's where we live. I mean, she was from Pittsburgh originally, and I was from Central California, but, military moved me all over the place, and I ended up here, and then, actually, my son ended up here, and then I moved here because it's a nice place. And then I retired here. And then Kim came down here, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Classic car revivals. I got lots of F100 trucks, a 64 Impala, 68 Lincoln. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm sure when I see your avatar there, it's like, okay, I know that.
We would throw up a link to your channel, but we don't have a we don't have a moderator right now.
Oh, Dougster's here. Dougster, can you find Classic Car Revival's channel and put up a link to it? I don't know if you can do that, but maybe you can. I mean, you have the ability with being a mod, but I don't know if you have the ability. Oh, and if Ari's still here, maybe he could do it. Mexican Spec I got a note from him. He's out running around with moving cars around. So, Classic Car Revival says, I live north of Duluth. There isn't much north of Duluth. Oh, maybe you're in Canada? But it's like a penguin. Yeah, yep. Raw dog. Right, we have cheese, beer, burgers, and cheese curds. No shortage of beer or cheese. Man, that's something when I used to go to the air show in Wisconsin every year, which I haven't done in quite a few years. I had friends there from Wisconsin always bring me a big bag of cheese curds. That was so good. that I bought new jeans at the grocery store last week. Fight me. uh, here's an idea for pizza: brats and sautéed onions. I always like onions on pizza, and I like green peppers on pizza, and I like. There's a pizza I used to get called a meat lovers pizza. That was good, you know. Dougster says I'll try my best. What's cheese beer?
Yeah. Dougster, you should put up your own link as well because I know you got some new stuff coming out. We appreciate you, Dougster.
Turo Lennox says, and dip the pizza in ranch dressing. Yes, I've done that many times. Man, we had neighbors and they had kids same age as our kids, and we went to Chuck E. Cheese's one time, and we got pizza, and she took the pizza, 2 slices of pizza, and she just put ranch dressing all in there, and then put one on the top of the other like a sandwich and ate it. Man, the next time I had pizza, I tried that. It was so good.
Terrific.
Boy, I thought a brat with pizza. The Earl Landing says Oshkosh. Yep, Oshkosh. Went to Oshkosh many, many, many times. I didn't really like going to Oshkosh because I worked for a company. I was stuck with the airplane. I was, running a display, so I didn't get to go around and see the air show much. Once in a while, boss would give me like 1 hour, go out and see what you could see and get back here. I did that a couple of times, but mostly I didn't like I didn't like get stuck in a booth talking to people for 7 days. From 7 in the morning till it doesn't get dark till 10. So it's a long day, I mean, if you like airplanes, it's okay, I guess. Deep fried battered cheese curds or just regular cheese curds. I've never had the deep. Did I have deep battered fried cheese curds? It seems to me we just had some somewhere. I don't know. Either we just had some or I just saw some. Could be wrong. I can show the beginning of the end leads to ranch dressing. Pitt says, I love Wisconsin tailgates. We bring the meats and they bring the cheese. Buff is hungry. No, I'm not really hungry. I will be later. Dirt Road says, I make pizza sandwiches all the time. Yeah, isn't that good? Okay, let's see what Dougster put something up here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to click on that. What do we got? Okay, that's Classic Car Revival, his channel. I am not subbed to it, but I am now. He's got a pretty good channel. He's got 13,000 views, and he's got cars in there. And okay, and he's got a forklift. Wow. Oh, we got something else. It's a break work on Uncle Lady Dougster 70 Super Beagle. Oh, you've got stuff to your channel too. Okay, I'm not going to click on that one, but I'll look at it later. Everybody else can click on that. Street Bullets. You guys know that the Chuck E. Cheese and animatronic characters are made mostly of auto parts. No.
That makes sense though, because they were pretty much. There's a big variety of what you get though. There's people who store those.
It's weird, Kim. I've been talking to Kim about when I get comments, they come through as a notice, and they quit coming through. It's really annoying. Well, they're coming through up here, and I don't understand why they're coming. Maybe they started again.
Maybe that's where the problem is. They're coming up through here instead of where they're supposed to.
Well, I'm signed into either one. I don't know why that happens. I like it when they come through there. Chuck E. Cheese ruined private jet aviation. I should make that video. I don't know anything about that. Gaming lawsuit ad. What? That's from Raw Dog.
Okay, you get 2 points.
Shakey's Pizza was the bomb with fish and mac and cheese. I don't know about that. Shakey's. I remember Shakey's. There was a Shakey's I used to go in, and there was a sign on the door. This is back in the days of people writing checks, It says, Shakey's made a deal with the bank. We don't take checks, and they don't make pizzas. If you want, took grandkids to Chucky. They all freaked out and screamed when they moved. Okay. Dougster says, "What's the horsepower on the skidder engine?" I think it's 24.
Yeah, I think it's a 24. I think it's a 610 Honda engine.
610 Honda engine, if anybody knows what that is. Is that a fluid cooler?
610 or 620.
That is a fluid cooler.
Yeah, it is. That's for the hydraulic fluid. It's got 3 hydraulic pumps in it, so.
Rhoda says we need to get a blow-in alcohol on that. It does wheelies now. Oh, now you know what he's saying. Blown is what he said. Blown alcohol into
it. It already maxes out the pumps. They can't put out any.
Yeah, it runs pumps, and then it's driven hydraulically. So it's already overdoing the pumps, and it already does wheelies. I mean, what?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Can't really make it do more.
What do you want?
Yeah. It's only supposed to be a 16 horsepower machine. It's got a 24 horse motor in it. So.
Yeah, originally it was a 16 horsepower diesel of some kind that Case put on there. I don't know what kind it was, but when she bought it, somebody had already put this Honda on it. We went to Alabama and put this on a trailer and brought it back up, and she was getting it on the trailer, doing wheelies going up the ramps on the trailer. I'm like, oh, man, don't go over backwards. And then we put the trailer hitch on it. One of the reasons for the hitch, of course, is to tow stuff around. But the other reason for the hitch is so you don't wheelie over backwards.
That's the wheelie bar.
That's the wheelie bar. Buddy Carvon says, "Old boss had a sign, in God we trust, and everybody else pays cash." Mark Sauvé, how you doing? Good evening. Brother says, "Do a wooden frame dirt bike like the Cowboys did." Hey, there's a mini bike she put together that's over here behind us somewhere. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But that's a hell of a mini bike. It's fast. It's scary fast. And it's a pretty cool looking mini bike. That's what we should take to No Name Nationals.
That mini bike?
Yeah, you can't race in the mini bike class, but you could just run it down the strip or ride it around the pit.
I got 2 mini bikes. I was considering taking a trailer, but we don't have a hitch on either of these.
We don't. Yeah, I know. It's like you got to put it inside the car, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You'd have to take the back seat floor out of the Dart or something. Yeah, we're doing okay, Mark. How are you doing? You can take a plate off at a time to get leaning a bit more forward. Well, the thing is, you got a lot of stuff you put the scoop and everything. Yeah, I'm not sure we really want to take plates off of it.
Take plates off what?
The back where because it does wheelies, but it's got plates back there.
Well,
we need the traction. I don't know. It's one of those things.
It's fine. It does what it needs to do pretty well, honestly. Part of the reason why I was doing wheelies is because it's really inconsistent. It would jerk real bad.
Yeah, do wheelies because it jerked real bad. It's just lack of control. Patrick Sells says, Muskie One has re-engined many skid steers, tractors, and the like. That man has each set. What's wrong? What happened?
Nothing.
You look like you're hurt. What happened, Kim?
I crushed my hand.
Oh.
Oh.
Kim crushed her hand.
It's fine.
It's fine? Are you sure?
I'm sure it hurts like a son of a bitch, but other than that, it's fine.
Mark Silvey says, my wife and I went out to try a blooming onion. It was good. Blooming onion. Let me see your hand. Are you okay?
It's only a little bit broken. Now I'm not playing. This is bullshit. Come on there. I'm sick of it already. Come on.
It's not a V-twin mini bike. It's a what engine's on that mini bike?
Mini bike is just a 212.
It's a 212.
It's not big at all. You're overstating its interest.
Well, but it's got the clutch on it, so it just goes faster and faster, and the engine does go faster.
That fucking hurt. God dang it.
Oh, Dean Stevenson's here. I didn't see Dean here. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Help
Oh,
me get this motor out of here. I'm
okay.
pissed now. It hurts.
Kim needs my help. Stand by. Where's my gloves? My gloves work. Oh, there's my
That effing hurt. You son of a bitch. It really hurt. Did I mention that it hurt? Oh, man.
I gotta put the gloves on right side up. Where are we going with this? Why does it not look so big on camera?
I don't know. It's fucking. Just put it down.
What am I grabbing, Todd?
I don't know. You can grab the.
Okay.
Good. All right, that's great. We're doing wonderful. Easy as pie. One 24 horsepower boat.
Go.
Jeez. That's
Trying to get my sheet in the right place.
All right, I need a break. You can go back to full screen.
As long as Buck doesn't show up in a nurse's outfit, we'll be good. D. Stevenson, 212, big block, straight bullet. Account of it's infinite bore spacing. Infinite bore spacing. You mean it's a V, so they just get further apart. You're doing something.
Take it off and put it on the regular cam.
I don't know what you said.
Yeah, I know.
No international monkey bike rule states not be modified in any way except for removing mounting tabs that are no longer needed. Well, yeah, I mean, this mini bike would never qualify to run in the races. It'd just be there to run around them.
Well, the only thing we would have to do to make it legit is to take that CV clutch off and put the regular one back on. It has to be a straight drive. It can't have a variable transmission. Which the straight drive is right there on the shelf. But the variable one is nice.
Yeah, I don't know if we need it. We're going to take two vehicles.
G-Man, you're absolutely correct. That cradle, it's only 4 bolts and it comes right out. The hard part is getting to I don't need it out. I need the motor. I need the drive thing out, and that comes out without taking extra stuff. It's just taking extra things apart to get that out. It won't save me any effort to take that assembly out. I still have to disconnect all the same stuff. And getting the motor out of the way just makes it. I mean, we can barely move that engine, but if you add the 2 hydraulic pumps, we'd have to get a hoist over there, and that's not saving anybody any trouble. I had to get rid of my nurse's outfit when I finished nursing at the nursing home for old peoples. Okay.
Did you do that? You're a nurse or did something like that? That's not fun work, man.
Can't be modified in any way. Didn't they take that rule out for this year?
Well, your first one had the engine placement different.
Well, yeah, but that didn't change the frame.
You didn't have to weld anything on the frame?
It was setting up on a plate.
Okay. What did you weld? Oh, I know. You put a thing up front so you could have a front disc brake.
Yeah.
That's not modifying the frame. That's fork. What kind of motor should they drop in a dirt bike or mini bike for a mini bike build for them? Oh, we've got a good one over here. Where is that?
212? A 420 is a nice motor. Or, one of these.
He did that for 11 years. Dean did. Wow.
Yeah, they get paid pretty well.
Oh man, not here they don't. I don't know. Depending if it's a
Nurses?
nurse, if it's a nurse, they get paid well.
Yeah.
But a lot of people work in the nursing homes don't get paid well.
Got the motor out. That was a hard thing. Old people kept me young.
I don't know what works. Hey, how you doing? You want me to switch the camera, Kim? Or you're not doing anything interesting?
I'm not doing anything interesting.
Just back there getting all the leaves and debris out of there that got stuck under the engine.
Just out under the trees. I hate that.
Oh, trees. I always liked oak trees until I had property with oak trees. Man, they dump stuff all over everything. They just shed. They make a big mess. Man. And then every time it storms, big branches fall down, and sometimes on a car. Not good. Those Vanguard style V twin engines, 5K will make them little rippers. Idle like a Harley. Someone Raw Dog says someone should chop a V8 and a dirt bike and make a special frame and put all dirt bike parts except the motor. Sounds like a good project for you, man. Use like a old aluminum Buick, like a 215 cubic inch Buick to be real lightweight. Those 215 Buicks, there's guys that take and make those things into chainsaws. It takes two guys to hold those aluminum V8 Buicks, and they cut wood with them in contests. That's crazy, isn't it? Pine and oak woodwork says oak is a great wood. Yeah, I just get tired of the trees. I thought they'd be nice trees, and it's hardwood, but branches break, they snap off, and seems like every time we have a big storm, there's big branches fall down. I had a bunch of them cut around the house because I was afraid they'd fall in the house, and I don't need a 1,000-pound branch coming down in the middle of my roof. So yeah, I don't know. They're okay. It's my favorite.
They're beautiful, but trouble.
Yeah, my favorite is walnut though. What are the trees that turn real red? Maple trees, I think. They're the ones that turn really red in the fall. I think that's I don't have any of those around here. Yeah, it says, D-Man says, a lot of maples where I am in New Hampshire. You can see the taps on them to get the syrup. Yeah, and real maple syrup tastes so much different than what you get in the store. I don't know what that stuff is. Sugar water and artificial flavor.
Yep.
Thickener. I don't know what it is.
Syrup.
Yeah, D-Man Olds had a 215 also. They sure did. And you could tell the difference. They're very similar, but you could tell the difference on them. Because Buick had the valve covers kind of looked like the nail valve Buick, but Olds look more like an Olds engine, but they're very similar engines. Sphere Bullet says, I'd use an aluminum 4.6 two-valve engine to make a hot saw. I've got one of those in my van. That's a great engine. I mean, it'll last forever. I want to get.
Go ahead. You can show the other.
Show the other camera. Okay, I'm not going to keep up with I'm moving stuff around here. I'm not going to keep up with the chat for a minute. Okay, I've got it on there. You're focused about now. I don't know. It's pretty close. There you go. Oh, you can see, can't you? Yeah. I forgot that thing's got a screen on it. Yeah, like nailhead, like valve cover. Yep. Those real Buick and Rover. Yeah, well, Rover got the old Buick one, didn't they? From the high desert. What's up? That looks like Art Bell. From the Kingdom of Nye?
Bill Nye, the science guy?
No, Nye. King of Nye was King of Nye was at I don't remember what that was Art Bell out in Nevada, Nye County, Nevada. they're looking at it right now.
Go back to the big thing. This is dirty. You might want gloves or paper towels or something to hold it. Show them how the sheet works.
Show them how the sheet works. I don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this. I'll get myself filthy. What are we looking at here? We're looking at
So the pulley. It has this big center hub that's slotted, right? So this goes over the shaft, but this has a little bit of a taper, and this inside has a little bit of a taper. So there's two bolts that clamp these two together. And the tighter you put those bolts, the more it squeezes that sheave. And those are good. These are like, you'll see these on farm machinery and stuff like that. They're good for like higher power than you'd normally expect a cotter key to survive. It grabs the shaft. So fierce.
It is Art Bell. Hey, you know, I used to listen to Art Bell every night for years and years and years. So a lot of good stuff. He's had a great show. He had a lot of wackos on there, but he knew how to handle them. He kept it so interesting. He just kept it interesting. I love the logging equipment. My grandparents had woods, and they had it logged, and some of that equipment is so cool to watch. That's Raw Dog. Dean Stevenson, the Triumph Stag, was being designed before Rover took over by a British Leyland conglomerate. I got a Dauntless D6 that runs our high-pressure, high-flow air compressor trailer. 3 cylinders fire and 3 air compressors. Hey, I want to know about that because we have a 360 Chrysler here. Maybe it's a 318. We were doing the same thing with it, but we quit working on it.
Well, we quit working on it because the engine wouldn't keep oil pressure.
The engine's a piece of crap, is what it is. Yeah, we'll have to.
I saw a 460 on Marketplace that was set that way. Half the bank was, but it was too far. It was up in like, it was somewhere up in Kentucky, and it was too far. It was like 3 hours away. I was like, nah. They only wanted like $500 for it. I was like, man, that'd be a hell of a good air compressor.
The Area 51 chat line was awesome. CT Man, the Stag was originally supposed to have the 231 Buick. I didn't know that. Dougster, we used to listen to Art Bell late at night when I worked nights. We'd laugh our asses off about all the crazy stuff people would call in with. Yeah, and Art would just let him go. Yep, Art was good at that. He knew just the right thing to say and just made it. I don't know. The guy was great. The guy was really good. From the high desert, Kingdom of Nye. D-Man says the V6. V6, what about the V6? Did you know the Yamaha Banshee 350 was a super bike motor that made in Canada? It was not allowed in the U.S., so they took the motor and put it in Yamaha Banshee, and that's how the Yamaha Banshee sunk. Harry, coast to coast, George Norrie. Yeah, George Norrie just isn't, I don't know, he's okay, I guess. I'm going to switch cams. Oh, there we go.
Well, no, put it on both.
Put them on both. And then George Norrie took over. Yeah, so, well, Art died. Dean Stevenson, the overhead cam 1850cc 45 slant engine was always going to be the Triumph Stag engine. Huh. Yeah, Ari says it's not the same with George Norrie. It's not. I listened to George Norrie just a couple of times. It's just not the same. So I just, I don't know. Just not the same. Yeah, I used to drive along, and I did a lot of driving at night. Art Bell on, you know. And a lot of times at home, art bell on. I couldn't sleep at night. A lot of times I just listened to
Would you hand me a screwdriver?
a screwdriver coming up. What size?
The one right there.
Where's there?
Over on the floor. The one with the red rubber grip and the gold or amber. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you. Getting in and out of here is kind of wear me out.
Yeah, next time you want a screwdriver, make sure you get out.
I gotta figure out the drain is just going out.
Without draining it all over the floor.
That's where it wants to go. There's no good way to drain this.
No good way to drain oil, is there, hydraulic fluid or
Well,
anything.
you
It
know,
always
they
goes
designed
out.
it to leak. They designed it.
Yeah, and you can't put the kiddie pool under there. It's not big enough. Let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh, now we just have a picture of the light.
What?
The light's facing the camera. See here. All right, no, it's not the same. I remember my buddy's uncle putting Coast to Coast on when we were kids in the middle of nowhere driving to Reno. I never heard anything like it, yeah. Ominous. The Yamaha engine series started in motorcycle with the R5 350 twin and evolved into the RD 350 three-valve engine. Later, it was in the legendary RZ 350, and then they put it in the Banshee. 20 years of R&D. Huh. Stray Bullets. I used to listen to Bill Wattenberg. I don't know who that is. It's his third shift at ethanol plant after I got out of the Navy in '96. Art was my favorite. Yeah, Bill Cooper on shortwave. Bill Cooper. Why does that sound so familiar? Man, I always had shortwave radios around too. Black Spaghetti. Sort of moody that way. That's Andrew Button. D-Man, I miss the radio days, pre-internet. What I don't like about AM radio now, I like to listen to the AM radio long distance stuff on the road, but it's all politics. It's just arguing.
All argument,
Just all argument all the time, and I don't want to listen to that.
But don't you know you're wrong about your political beliefs, and you need to listen to them so they can tell you what to think?
Yeah.
Smart like that.
It says, hey, Kim, isn't working on those skid loaders like plumbing an octopus in a bathtub?
Yeah, it's a lot like that. Only greasier.
Greasy
A
octopus.
bathtub full of something awful. I'm not sure what, but it's awful.
T-Man says, RD was a two-stroke. My brother had a Kawasaki H2 750. Was that the one that was like a big, remember the Kawasaki Mach 3? Any of you that are old enough. It was a 500cc two-stroke engine. I remember when I was in high school, last 2 years I was in high school, which is 71 and 72. Like all the guys that were into bikes had those things. Kawasaki Mach 3.
Sorry, guys.
And they were fast. They used to seize up a lot. And they were always taken apart, fix them, and then running again.
Run them again.
You see, it was Suzanne Dowling from Sound About on Australian Shortwave Network of Radio Australia. I don't know. Stray Bullet. The Banshee is probably the most unreliable of super quads, though. Good when they're run. Dirt road landing. Draining hydraulic oil. Oh man, this is scrolling fast. Drilling. It's very easy. The hard part is getting it to go where you want. Yeah. That's exactly what's you thinking. You're wrong. I don't know. Mark Sauvé, is Kim marking where all the lines are going? I used to make hydraulic hoses, and a lot of people would use different colored tie wraps. Roddox says 500. D-Man says, yep. I guess you're at about the Mach 3.
This particular machine, I have spent enough time being angry, nightmares about it, that I know where all the spaghetti goes. Most.
That's one of the few folks I'd agree with politically, him and maybe Mussolini. Well, you don't even know where I am politically. Someday I'll tell you where I am politically. You know, there's the far left and there's the far right. And my opinion is, it's kind of like the kings and queens back in the 1400s and 1500s. They, as long as they could keep the people fighting amongst themselves, they know they weren't coming across the moat into the castle. Well, that's the way I look at politics right now. The powers that be want the far right and the far left. They want all arguments all the time. They want the population to keep arguing, and that when they know they're not coming over to get them. That's my opinion, and I don't agree with any of them. Might be something here or there, you know, but mostly I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to all arguments all the time.
I think whoever's paying Google the most, clearly the right clearly has the right to be spent. Whoever pays the most money.
Whoever pays the most money gets the most time.
Correct. They get my vote. That's how I am. I'm just.
A friend of mine had his H2Cs and damn near killed him. What is the H2? Is that the Mach 3 or is that the one that's the 750? I had a friend that used to race both of them. He raced the Mach 3 and he raced the 750. And he ended up in the hospital twice with his jaw wired shut. Oh, God.
I think they do that just to make people shut up.
Yeah, there's somewhere in the time shows on YouTube. That's the hottest quad I ever rode was built Quadzilla 500 CC 2-stroke. It was a ripper. Yeah, I used paint pens and just spoosh can paint to mark my line. Okay, spoosh can.
Powerful Mach 5.
See, I had a Yamaha Tri-Z 3 wheels that was crazy. It's this D-Man. Raw Dog, I wish I could have Quadzilla 500. D-Man 250 2-stroke. And I know a guy, when it was 1970, I think it was the summer of 70, is a friend of mine had I think it was a 250 2-stroke, what was that thing? Suzuki. And his parents had a 250 2-stroke Suzuki. And the four of them got on those bikes, and they went from Central California up into Canada, toured all over Canada, and they came back. The four of them on those 250s. I remember that. And they never had a problem with them. The Audi e-tron plumbing is a bit like this. Yeah, you're working on German cars, man. That can't be fun. I hope they pay you well. I hope you have a lot of patience. Oh, dog, I got the 1997 250 Trailblazer Polaris ATV.
I hope they're not as filthy as this, because, man, this machine is just filthy.
D-Man says divide and conquer. Yeah, not divide and conquer. Just divide and keep it that way. Make sure they're arguing amongst themselves. They don't come over the moat that way. Leave us alone. I hate them all. If Buff and Kim could agree on a candidate, that could actually get traction. I think they'd be pretty popular. That's just that. A Tri-Z 250 in 02. I'm not sure what a Tri-Z is. I don't know who makes that. I don't know motorcycles that well. A great bike. Honda AC 250 R is one of the best ever built. Railroad says that's great ideology. Oh, it's just 2-stroke. Ford Kickstart. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of this stuff that I want an old Honda TRX 250. Boy. Okay, Suzuki had a 750 2-stroke water-cooled called the Water Buffalo. What was the one that had the rotary engine? Didn't Suzuki have a Wanko engine, rotary engine in one of them? It seems to me, I knew somebody had a rotary engine motorcycle, and I think it was a Suzuki, but I'm not sure.
Snowmobile side.
Oh yeah, there was a YouTube channel that, who was it, up there in Iowa?
Junkyard D had Junkyard Diggs.
Junkyard Diggs, and Moot, they had one. I haven't watched them in a while. I gotta go back and watch them again. I haven't watched it. That's Tri-Z 250 is a beast, but stock to stock, the Cowie, hands down, more powerful. Pitt says, Kim, every skid loader is filthy. Every skid loader should come with a hot seat.
Yeah, it is.
That's their Water Buffalo GT 750 Suzuki. Straight bullet. The Kawasaki Mach 4 and H2 are the same thing, 750. Okay. I didn't know they called one on the Mach 4. I remember the Mach 3 was a 500. I remember that.
The good news is it'll never rust. It sits outside, it still won't rust.
Yeah, it'll never rust.
So greasy.
Yeah, because hydraulic fluid doesn't rust.
It's not a horrific leak. It's a rust prevention system. If I ever fix the leak, it'll turn into a pile of rust, and that'll be the end of it.
Super Clean sends me degreaser for my crappy YouTube videos. Thankfully, those guys have helped me clean many filthy engine bays. Enter button. 4 strokes are a waste. 2-stroke is the way to go, whether it be a small bike, a semi, or Detroit. You know, I used to fly all over the place with like Rotax 503 2-stroke, dual carb, dual ignition aircraft engine, and I said the only thing, power to weight ratio, the only thing better was a turbine. I mean, the power to weight ratio is better than any four-stroke. Although 4-strokes are pretty nice, use a lot less fuel, but they're bigger, heavier engines. The Suzuki RE5 is a 650cc single rotor street bike. Okay, that's the one I remember. Some friend, actually a friend, it was a father of a friend, had one of those. And he was an old guy, probably 55 or 60. Because I was a young guy, and it was a friend of mine. It was his girlfriend, and her father had one, and he used to ride around. A KX 500 three-wheeler. They were fun to ride, but it was difficult to ride. You had to use the whole body. Dean, RE stroke 5. I don't know. The Arctic Cat Panther. Detroit 2 strokes. At full song is killer. Isn't that where all our blowers came from? It's originally from those things. 2-stroke life, the love for the smell and the sound. But Volvo had a 2-stroke 3-banger car. Volvo did. Now, are you thinking of the Saab? The old Saabs that had the doors that opened backwards. Those things had 2 strokes.
I knew this was hard.
I had 2 friends in high school, and they were both Saab fanatics. And then one of them eventually got a V4, so he was the coolest one. But I always liked those. I wouldn't mind having one now. I wouldn't mind having a Trabant, the old East German car. I think that'd be a cool car to have. 4-stroke, they're puking. Oh, come on. Klotz 2-stroke, oil is horsepower per. But when I die, I'm going to come back as 871 with a J brake. Klotz smells good in weed eaters. I don't know what that is. I never used that. There were other 2-strokes oils I used, and eventually we went all to Amsoil. I can't think of the name of it right now. Mark Survey, I have a 1996 diesel pusher motorhome. All the hydraulic pump supplies is the power steering and side-mounted radiator fan. The fan turns really slow, and the steering wonks. I need to change filters. Hero landing. I run Amsoil. Sabre, that's what it was called, Sabre, at 44 to 1. I used to run it 100 to 1, and never had a problem with it. Although you're supposed to run it 50 to 1, I ran it 100 to 1. Well, all my friends are out there decarbonizing their engines. I never did that, and I never had a failure. So I really like the 100 to 1 on that with that oil. And of course, in an airplane that's a pusher, you never smell the oil because you're out in front of it going 100 miles an hour. But gotta love the smell of your small engine, like weed eater, snowblower, whatever. But Mystic Oil and Redline are the best for snowmobiles and ATVs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Dean Stevenson says swab. Those little Saabs are pretty cool with the two-stroke engines, you know. I don't know why you not like those. Yeah, the early ones were, and then they went to that B4 Ford. Yep. You know, those two friends that I had in high school, one of them, he ended up being a service manager at a Cadillac dealer or something, and he was going around working dealership kind of guy. And the other one, he ended up working for Honda. He was a car designer, you know, the artist kind of stuff. Designed Hondas for years, and then when Honda moved their design studios from Long Beach, California to Detroit. He says, I'm not going to Detroit. He quit and he went to work at the art center that's auto design school. And then he went to now he's up in Oregon and he rebuilds old Saab Sonettes. And he has a business where he sells old Saab parts. So after years of oil and bearing analysis, I can't fault AMSOIL. AMSOIL has great stuff. Yeah. Oh man, I can't keep up with chat. I'm sorry, I'm missing chat.
Hey, thanks everybody for being here and commenting.
AMSOIL is good stuff. Back in the day, I used Kendall oil and everything. I remember Kendall being around, but I don't think I ever used it. The oil analysis field, the only thing that I can hit AMSOIL with is pricing. It's good, but it ain't that good. And I don't know. I used to run AMSOIL in my Mazda, and I changed it like about 16,000 miles, maybe 18,000. But I was doing oil samples either at 3,000 or 4,000, and I knew exactly what the additives were, exactly what. And they always tell me you can use it again. You can keep, don't change it, don't change it. Well, around 16,000 miles, I changed it anyway. And it was not an AMSOIL lab. It was an independent lab. But man, I never had problems. That stuff was clean, nice stuff. But you got to use a high-dollar oil filter. But now I rarely use AMSOIL anymore. It's just I can't afford it. I don't have the money for it. Subaru had two-stroke engines also. Yeah, the little Subaru 360s. That looked like a little egg. And then they had a little van too, a little two-cylinder two-stroke. And they smoked, ding, 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 smoke coming out the back. Fox 2-cycle oil is like perfume, second only to race fuel. What is that stuff they had us put in the gas? Who was that? I bet Dougster knows that. When we were at No Name National, somebody had this stuff you pour in your gasoline and make it smell like perfume. Your exhaust smelled good.
Oh,
what was that stuff?
I remember it. But,
I think we have some around here.
Sure we had some. It was like somebody's C10. I don't know. Every time I get in here, I realize.
What do you need?
Need a bigger wrench.
A bigger wrench. I can get it. What do you need?
You don't know where it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know where it is.
I never put anything away.
It's better than perfume. Detroit. Hell yes. Cloth. It's this Mystic ain't special. It's just Citgo grease. Sometimes weighted weird. Andrew Button. Brad Pitt. Best oil. I think it's green. Andrew Button. I used oil from Sam's Club. Ari says Doug at Ray's shop, one of the guys, used to ride a tiny two-cycle bike around the shop, treat it like sage smudging. Aging Wheels has a lot of Trabant coverage. Yeah, I watch him. Aging Wheels, he's kind of funny. Yeah, Dougster says fuel scent. It says these days if it meets the spec on the label, it's fine. I don't know. It depends on what you want to do. The stuff that we're using in the old car doesn't meet the spec, the new spec, but it's higher zinc, which means it has less detergent in it. Andrew says that fuel scent, I use that banana. I don't know what flavor we had, but somebody had it at No Name Nationals last year. Same guy that imported those Subaru 360s was the guy that built the Bricklin SV. Yeah, it was Malcolm Bricklin brought the Subaru in. That was the first big deal he had. He also brought in the Yugo, and he did the Bricklin. I don't know what all that guy did. He did a lot of stuff. I wish there was a two-stroke cologne smell. I think the women would like that.
Bigger friggin' wrench. It's bigger than a 26, and I don't see one in our house. I don't have big enough wrench. I set this up before.
It could be a Knippix size.
I can't get it to turn with the Knippix at all.
Buddy Carpon says I use Royal Purple. Okay, so I'm sorry, I gotta stop the chat, or not stop the chat. I gotta stop reading the chat for a minute. Oh, that's not the right tool.
Well, I need something.
What, 26 millimeters, the largest it is? Yeah, well, that's a big one down there.
Even the adjustable wrench ain't no bigger than that. I don't know how I got this part last time.
Yeah, I bet that 26 is a big saw. Let me see what else I have. Put that one in like that.
This is it.
Ah, that's it. The 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/8 inch or something.
Something like that, yeah. Go!
Let's see, yep. All right, let's see. I'm lost. Let's see, when I worked with Asphalt Company, I would crank up all the trucks headed out that day to make sure they started. That's Doug's there. Man, you work up there in the cold white north. They sold tons of those cars. Which cars? Which cars do they sell tons of? Oh, I don't know. Lucas Fuel System Treatment and Fuel, Seafoam and Crankcase and Hydraulic System. Them's your additives, folks. That's what Pitt says.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I am going to take this cradle out. It'll be a lot easier than.
Andrew Butts says, what about Motor Honey down the carburetor? I tried it on my 225 Slant 6, but it didn't fix it.
Motor Honey? No.
Down the carburetor?
Yeah, that's not what you want. Give me a 26 there. Don't go away.
Should I put the camera on you? It says Motor Honey down the carb is beat by far by plain old tap water down the throat. Oh, the Yugo. Oh, yeah, the Yugo, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to pour Motor Honey into the motor. I don't know. If you really are having that, mystery oil would be better than motor.
Oh, Marble's great stuff, but I don't know if it's the right thing for that.
I wouldn't even put a lot of it down there, but Motor Honey is just too thick. You don't want anything that thick down in there.
Oh,
if it's that bad, then it's too bad for it to be bad.
Dougster says, every morning, check the oil crank up. It goes, those lazy bastards would never check the oil. Never.
Never? Never. Makes sense.
Well, the thing with Marble, I used to use Marble when I was rebuilding Mazda rotary engines. The side seals get stuck in the rotors, and you can't get them out, you know. So I'd take the engine, drain about half the oil out, and put about a quart of Marble in there, and I'd run it for, I don't know. I wouldn't drive it because you don't want to load it like that, but run it for 15, 20 minutes and then shut it off. And that stuff would soak into everywhere, and it dissolved the carbon. And you could almost always get the side seals out after after I did that. So
Would you get me a 1/2 and a 9/16 wrench? We're sitting over there on the ground. I can't keep getting up and
okay,
down.
what did you ask for on the ground?
A 1/2 and a 9/16 ratchet. They're not ratchet. They're on the floor. Oh, spilling hydraulic fluid everywhere. Everywhere. Gallons of it. Not even worth trying. Everywhere. Whack! It's so messy. There. See? There's official. It's up past my elbows.
Up past your elbows.
It's up past my elbows.
Man, look at all those hoses. I look down and there's hoses everywhere.
There's hoses everywhere. Just like it's a regular hoser.
There's no mechanic and bottle only way to fix is to change parts. Yeah, you saw the video I did on that. Bottle of stuff and rebuilds the engine. And man, we spent all that time rebuilding those engines. We could have just poured this in. What were we doing?
There are very few times where mechanic on a bottle is much more than the last run to the junkyard.
Just take the exhaust hose and clamp it to the air cleaner breather. Exhaust gas recirculation.
It's the best way to save on energy.
I think I ought to go to a place where the air's real bad. Los Angeles used to be, but they cleaned it up a lot. But go to Los Angeles, somewhere like that, run the engine backwards and suck the smog in, and you'd go in the tailpipe, and the engine run backwards, and then gasoline would go into the. All you'd have to do is once a week or so, drain the gas tank. Marvelous fine crankcase or fuel additive. Lucas outperforms it for injectors, and Seafoam outperforms it for crankcase additives. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I don't put it past it.
No, I just don't know about it. The Lucas we use is a Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer. We mix it about 50/50 with engine oil, and that's what we use for assembly lube. But I figure that's, we change that shortly after the engine run.
And then I use the fuel system cleaner and conditioner sometimes for that. I like it. I don't know. I think it does. It's about the same as putting some mystery oil in there. Just a tiny bit of two-stroke in your.
Well, what Marvel is really good at is melting any carbon that's stuck in stuff, and that's why I use it in a crankcase on something that I'm about to tear down. I'm not going to go out and run it and put a load on it because it's pretty darn thin and probably messes up the whole additive package and dilutes the oil, base oil. But man, it sure, I don't think it hurts anything when I'm going to rebuild the engine, and it does get carbon loose.
Another.
Raw dog, I got to get back into the desk, get my wisdom teeth pulled. Oh, that's fun. This is going to be fun trying to get a provider that'll take my insurance because I only got Medicare and Medicaid. Go in the military, they'll do it for you. I guarantee you they'll do it. They take everybody's wisdom teeth out. That's where I got mine done. Cost me nothing. He couldn't get in the military. The first drug test they do, they throw him out the door. What was that Teflon stuff that was advertised to rebuild cylinders? I don't remember. I need an oral surgeon. Yeah. Oh, Slick 50. I remember Slick 50. I don't know anything about Slick 50 except I'd watch people put it in and go down a funnel like it just race into the engine.
That's got Teflon, which is just what you need. Everything.
Harry says, I love Marvel. I used it in gas tank on my 72 when I drove her down from Oakland. Gave her some stabilizer too for the long miles at high RPM. 100 degrees though through California Central Valley. Truck is fine.
Yeah.
Paystar was a dump truck. Transtar was the cab over. Fleetstar was the convention. Huh. Enter button. Do you think if motor honey wasn't available to seal up the rings, regular honey in those little packets from Colonel Sanders might work?
McDonald's has them too. So does Wendy's. Most places that serve breakfast.
I wonder if anybody, I mean, if you can think of it, it's probably happened. I wonder if anybody ever put, like, honey, like bee honey
Sure they have.
into an engine.
I don't think it's probably a good idea though.
Rod out says, yeah, it's bad. My teeth are overlapping each other. Yeah, it's bad. Bottom of my teeth, some of them are pushed inwards toward the back of my teeth. So there's half one teeth pushed. My wisdom teeth were going forward, so it's pushing all the teeth together. And the guy in the Air Force says, first dental appointment I had in the Air Force. I'm leaning back. Dentist looks in my mouth. He goes, ha, 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 ha. He goes, you still got your wisdom teeth. And I knew everybody's getting their wisdom teeth taken out. I said, yeah, I'm not getting them taken out either. So he told me, he says, look at these x-rays. He goes, your teeth are growing forward. It's putting pressure on all these. He goes, by the time you're about 40, he says, you're going to have all your teeth pulled out if you don't take care of this. And I'm thinking, you know, when my father was 40, he had to have all his teeth pulled out because they're all crunched together like that. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. So the Air Force pulled them out for nothing. Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. But you know what? I'm 71 and I still have all my teeth. I'm really glad I had it done when I had the chance. It didn't cost me a penny. Well, it cost me being in the Air Force for 10 years, but that's okay. J. Jim, good evening. We drove to Omaha and back without oil. We drove to Omaha and back without oil. What was that in? Sounds like something. I missed some of the chat.
How did you drive to Omaha and back without oil? That doesn't make any sense.
I drove home and back without a hamburger. But I think my car had oil. International, three-letter chit spreader, okay. See, Ari says, I put some honey in my 99 Corolla if it'll entertain you. do a video on that. But I suggest putting motor honey in the honey bottle first and pouring it in.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you do, is you take all the honey out of the jar, and then you put motor oil in it, and then you put it in the fridge so it looks real, real thick, and then you pour that in your motor, and the internet will blow up. They will hate you or love you.
Stray Bullet says, you don't have your wisdom teeth, Buff. Yeah, so I don't have any wisdom.
Yeah.
Doug says, there's a reason why Marvel is over 100 years old and still relevant today. Must be doing something right. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm not going to put it in oil that's in my engine because I really believe that people designing the oils today know what they're doing. You know, it's a Slick 50 rep used to run his 78-inch Eldorado 500 cubic inch with no oil. Really? How long did that take? He was cheap. Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Yep, Doug. Harry, the 0W20 doesn't. If the 0W20 doesn't bother, I don't think the honey will matter. Pitt, at Telco Oil, we copied Marble and sold a ton of it. Really? What is the smell? What is that smell that's in Marble? It's a really good smell, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what makes it smell like that. Patrick Sullivan, I'm shocked how long wisdom teeth work. The ones come out of the top, like they take them out. One in the bottom.
Okay, put it on it.
Put the camera on? Okay, so we're going to Kim's camera. Kim's camera.
So this is we have this here. I gotta get it out.
Yeah, the
light. Be ready to come out of it.
The light's really bright.
Yeah, that's cool.
I say exact same thing about Champion spark plugs. What was that? All I know about Champion spark plugs, I never had anything but trouble with them. And And in the aircraft, we had nothing but, well, the real aircraft engines use Champions. And they just don't last very long. They're like $100 a piece. It's a crazy amount of money. Maybe it's more than that. The Kim Cam, yep, Kim Cam. And the two-cycle engines and all the Rotax engines, we just quit using that stuff and we started using NGK plugs. Man, they just last forever. They ran great. So, I don't know. SDP Oil Trade made them tons of money. Says D-Man. Yeah, everybody had SDP stickers all over everything. It was crazy, Buff. I rode with Dad all the way to Omaha and back in that Cadillac. He popped the hood when we got back, pulled the dipstick, and nothing. Really?
Come on.
Jokes are from a Mopar guy. The Champion plug is good, except one fatal flaw. Flood out a Champion, and they're done. Oh yeah, they'll never start. NGK are the most forgiving. Yep, NGK. Once we started using NGK in the airplanes, that's all we ever used. Those old Cooper plugs don't last long. I don't know what a Cooper plug is. Denso for my Cordoba only. I know a guy that was really into Denso ignition systems. He could convert two-stroke engines before Rotax did their own. Before Rotax did their own electronic ignitions. Product says I only use NGK.
Well, good.
Any plug is better than Ford crappy two-piece plugs. I'm not sure what those are. He-Man copper plugs. Fit NGK, Delphi, and Denso for O2 sensors only. Enter button. Don't flood a Mopar. If you want to use Champion plugs, convert it to lean burn. Convert to lean burn? So I learned I love NGK from my snowmobile days. Yep. I don't know what it is about NGK plugs. I don't know why some companies can't make spark plugs. But NGK plugs, never have trouble with it. Never. No.
Why are we running Champions on everything?
Why you put Champion plugs in something?
All the stuff we have.
Does my Ford have Champions in it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, does it? I bet it has Motorcraft in it.
Probably.
And Motorcraft or Ford stuff is good in Fords. I used NGK for a while. See, and that this D-Man said that, and then the I'm gonna pop this camera to there. The
what?
Remember those split fire spark plugs? Yep. And there's a lot of aircraft spark plugs look like that. Have two things.
There's a lot of them. They got like 4 different directions Spitfire.
Andrew Button said should have Motorcrafts. Yeah, Motorcraft or what's the other plug that's Ford? Can't remember. Autolite, yeah. Those I used both those in Fords forever. Never had problems. Used Champions once. Couldn't drive for 2 days without having trouble. That was in my 351 Windsor. Some guy came around from Champion and gave a big old seminar and everything, and I went to it. He said the problem you're having if you have problems with our plugs is you use the conversion sheets. Don't convert from like a Motorcraft plug to ours in one of those conversion things. Look up what plug we say are supposed to be in. It's okay. So I did that. Like I said, they didn't even last 2 days before the thing was having trouble. Oh, just missing and farting and running terrible. I changed back to Motorcraft, and no problems. And I used to use one on mine. I ran one step cooler, And I don't know, that just worked better. But that engine was, yeah, it's an engine I built, so different cam, different compression, different, a lot of different. So the one-step cooler worked perfect. I never changed plugs in my Chevy, straight bullet. That's like my Ford 4.6 got 300,000 miles on a set of plugs. Oh God, I'm afraid to take them out. The strip ahead. But right, NGK is good plugs. I add standard plugs in my Polaris 120 snowmobile. Did not like the plug that was in it after I switched it over to NGK. I had no problems. Motorcraft is bottom shelf garbage. Step up a notch, you'll reap the benefits. I don't know. My 6-cylinder right now is running fine, but if I have to buy plugs for it, I don't know. Can you get NGKs for it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dougster says my friend is an AC Delta plug guy. He puts them in everything. And I'd say with GM cars, it's probably what they originally had, isn't it? E-man, the newer plugs are iridium and last a long time compared to the copper plugs. Yep. There's a lot of people say not to use those in Chryslers, and I don't know why. Delta just works. No doubt. I never have a problem with Deltas. It's just spit side. You need help with that? Guess not.
Yeah, it's too heavy. I can't.
Okay, let me grab my gloves.
Trying to get this camera out, but make sure they have the camera on so they can see what we do.
It is on double camera. I didn't change myself.
Double camera. Man. There we go. Okay, you get this side. Just want you to like here and here. You just want to get it over the hitch and then straight out until we get it on the ground. Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's filthy.
And it's that, yes, all that. Okay.
Oh, I remember this. This is like a boat down in there. It just fills up with crap.
It is full of crap.
That's why I hated working on boats because they have like a
Bilge.
they have a thing down there that just collects everything.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Here, I'll point it in there so they can see this horrific mess.
It's just like a boat. It's a big mess in there.
They can see the horrific mess. Wow. Come on.
What happened? You got something keeping you from moving stuff.
Hands so green, you can get this. If you didn't focus, you know. That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to look down in the bilge, but
Well, can't get any closer than this thing in the way, but luckily, once it comes around, it comes off.
well, look at oil. These days, sour shells are legislated. Mineral oils on the bottom, synthetics to the top, and everything else in the middle. Where's the motorcraft? Bottom shelf. Well, I don't know. I guess it's a mineral oil. Still, all you got to do is look to see if it passes the whatever the current
You know, the
requirement.
crazy thing is
What?
it's way cleaner than it was when I got it. When I first got it, it was filthy. Made this look like a joke.
D-Man says that thing needs a degreaser.
Yeah. The thing of it is now that it won't move by 100 ton power, it's dead. There's no way.
Dead. It's sitting there.
I mean, it is a broken.
It says I did a few Walmart parking lot oil
Hey, go back to
changes
you.
in the Navy when he's in the Navy.
In the Navy.
Okay, we're back to me. Just me, or you want both? Okay. Andrew Button says hot sea washer. Well, the thing is, we can't move it right now, and our pressure washer is like 400 or 500 feet from here. It says motorcraft oil isn't garbage, but there's a lot better options. Yeah, like AMSOIL. To me, AMSOIL is the best yet for a newer car, any new car. And I'm talking about cars that have roller lifters, all the new stuff. But the old cars, we used, what's that stuff we used, Lucas? What's the stuff I got for your car? Lucas, high zinc or something for older cars. I don't know where the bottle is. Probably threw the bottle away. Andrew Button says, I'm not sure what oil the dealership puts in the Cordoba. They don't tell me. Even when it's new, it's black in color, probably just the type they're using. It might be one of those oils that has, there's an oil that has graphite in it. Or it's the oil they drained out of a diesel truck. D-Man says, anything non-roller lifters, it needs zinc. Yeah, Lucas Hot Rod Oil. Or that's the other one. If I could afford it, I'd buy the AMSOIL Z-Rod. It says AMSOIL, it's great. I never saw a lab result that said otherwise. It's simply overpriced. Yep. But it'll last longer than anything. Well, if you got a good engine, it'll last longer than anything. What is that, Alan? Okay, I don't know what that is, but I can guess. Straight bullet. Does anyone know who invented the spark plug? Who invented the spark plug? Kim. Who invented the spark plug? Mr. Plug? And the thing about zinc is you can't just go adding it, because you add it to oil, you don't know what level of detergent is in there, which is calcium, and the calcium will try to take the place of the zinc. They'll fight for the same spot, So you really got to have an oil that's made to have zinc, which is CDDP, which is more than zinc. It's just some other things, and yeah, it's so don't just go pouring zinc in on top of it. Event says Edmund Berger, an inventor from Togo, is credited with inventing an early version of the spark plug around 1839. And then Buddy Carapano says Mr. Champion. Stray Bullet said he was French. I love Jack Rich. I don't know what that is. Andrew Button, he was Greek. Sparkdacious plug cake. Doug says Edmund Berger in 1839 invented the spark plug. Well, there's two people that agree on that.
All right. Well, you guys both get 2 points for being so damn smart.
The guy that invented the combustion engine? Combustion engine, that's one that burns up. Or internal combustion engine, it's one that combusts inside. External combustion engine would be like a steam engine, I guess. It says we could take a semi to 100,000 miles on Citgo Premium Full Synthetic. The AMSOIL truck's results are astonishingly equal to Citgo. Well, yeah, I guess so. Edmund Berger also invented the hamburger.
He did not. Now you guys are making jokes.
Man, that's what I want, the hamburger. Man, my hairline's receding a little, I think. Yeah, you can look right here. Yeah, I wear a hat. Patrick Sullivan says I couldn't spell internal. The Otto engine was designed in 1876 by German engineer Nicholas Otto. I can neither pronounce nor spell the inventor's name. Kim, are you going to be able to put that back together?
No. Tonight?
Okay, Dougster says, I bet his name was pronounced Berger, not Burger.
Berger.
Or Berger.
Oh, it's leaking. Damn it.
Leaking.
Oh, it's so filthy.
C-Man says the first modern internal combustion engine. I used to have a book when I was a kid. Showed the first car was the Frenchman named, I don't know how to pronounce it. Looks like Cugnot, C-U-G-N-O-T or N-U-T, something like that. Somebody will look that up. And it was a steam powered thing. Okay, what do you want me to do?
See that jug of oil right there?
Yeah.
I'd love to use it to catch this oil instead of pouring all over the floor.
Here. Oh, jeez.
Yep. Starts pouring out of here.
She's got a big oil puddle over there.
Big.
Big oil puddle.
It's just keeps getting bigger. Frustrating. Oh, frustrating. Oh.
Hamburger.
All this oil.
Raw Dog. In 1899, two notable oil brands emerged, Castrol and Wesson. Castrol, initially known as C.C. Wakefield and Company, began by focusing on lubricants for trains and heavy machinery before expanding. Pitts, Citgo, Mobil, Amsoil, LE, Royal Purple, all finished with 10,000 miles of each other on extended diesel engine tests. Really? Dougster says he's headed to bed. Have a good night.
Thanks for being here, Dougster. Good luck with the Volkswagen. Look forward to seeing their progress. Guys, check out the Dougster the Wolverine Garage channel. He's working on his wife's Volkswagen. He's a good guy, friend of the channel. He's here all the time. And he streams on Monday nights. Make sure you're subscribed and rung the bell so you catch him on Monday nights. He's an entertaining guy. Lots of fun. Don't miss out.
Pitt says Wesson sold rapeseed oil as canola oil to all of America in the 80s. Really? I don't know that. Barracuda says the name Castrol comes from castor oil. Yep. But Edmund Berger later merged with his company, Ham's Beer Company, that had the drinking beer and the skunk. Ham's. What? That's great. Patrick Sullivan, what was Rockefeller brand of oil? Oh, that was Standard Oil, wasn't it? Yeah, Standard. And then that got broken up, so there's a whole bunch of Standard Oils.
Man, there's a lot of oil. Like a giant puddle. Oh, this is bad. I gotta disconnect this cam and get it out.
Before you knock it over,
Well,
or before you oil it
the
up.
oil is just, it's like, remember the Blob? Like,
Right up.
it's the Blob!
Rodolph says the first fast food chain in the U.S. was White Castle. Really?
No.
Which started in Wichita, Kansas, 1921. They usually sold 5-cent hamburgers and became known for their standardized something. I didn't think White Castle was the first.
No, it wasn't. You're lying. McDonald's. Fake news.
Did any of you get pics for the kit car people sent? You know, I haven't even looked at my email. It says you ain't partied till you rock Wichita. Man, I don't really like Wichita, but I was probably in a bad area.
Going to Wichita.
Patrick Silva says nationwide chain. Yeah, I never even heard of White Castle till I heard of
So those two guys went there, two Indian guys in that movie.
Well, I don't even know about that. What's the other one that looks like White Castles? What's the one that looks like White Castle? Can't think of the name.
I'm so crazy. Yeah. I don't think I can handle it much longer. It's real bad. Real bad. Greasy. It's real greasy. Oh man, it's greasy. Oh.
Yeah, what was the other little tiny hamburgers? Kind of like a White Castle. Crystal, yeah, you got it. It's got it.
Okay, get $5.
$5? You're giving dollars away?
It's your money, not mine.
No, he's giving points away. You're not giving my dollars away. Yeah, yeah. In Georgia they have Crystal, and that's the first place I saw Crystal was in Georgia, and I just loved them. And then when I went to the Northeast, they had both. Well, they had White Castle, and then like here they overlap. There's both. They're almost next door to each other, White Castle and Crystal. Man, I love those things, both of them. But I think I like Crystal better. And of course that'll be one of those fights that goes on forever. Crystal is the Southern White Castle. They both go overboard on the mustard. Yeah, I don't know. I like them the way they are. Man, I get a bag full of Crystals and eat them, and hurt afterwards. They're so tiny, you just want to eat them like cookies, you know. It's the only automobile that ever used Corinthian leather. What is Corinthian leather? Other than I just know it's like some kind of Chrysler name.
It's from the Bible.
It's from the
Remember,
Bible.
Paul was always talking to the Corinthians.
Jeez. George Webb's in Milwaukee. What's George Webb's? George Webb's in Milwaukee.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous, man. It speaks us on all sides. Equities of selfish.
She says they steam the burger and buns over a bed of rehydrated onions. Yeah, it's kind of funky looking stuff, but it tastes good. It says I love Crystal or White Castle sliders, but I haven't hold the mustard. Yeah, maybe it's just something that's local there, because I don't remember being over mustarded. Man, I don't remember that. Of course, I get the cheese ones, so maybe they don't put the mustard on the cheese. I don't know. You know, it says it's leather. Oh, pleated leather. I know it's real soft, cushy looking stuff. I don't know. Stray Bullet says the best hamburger in the history of fast food was a McDLT. That is right. And when they quit making the McDLT, that's all I got after was McDLT. And I go in there and ask for McDLT, and they said, sorry, we don't have those anymore. I'm like, what? Why did you get rid of that? They're like, don't have them anymore. Like, I was so disappointed. That was back in the day of the plastic. You know, you put the cold side and the warm side together and flip it over.
That's why they weren't allowed to make it no more. So it's
all that plastic. Well, then I was using foam ribs, same kind of plastic in the airplanes. People go, oh, that stuff will deteriorate. I go, no, it won't deteriorate. That's why McDonald's was forced to quit using it, because it never deteriorates in the landfills. George Webb Restaurants, a chain of 31 lunch counter style restaurants primarily located in southeastern Wisconsin, particularly within the Milwaukee area. They are known for their something. It was good, and it was McBLT. It was McDLT. Yeah, it was like McDonald's LT. I don't know. Oh, McBLT is bacon lettuce. No, it wasn't bacon. It was a McDLT. Yeah, Ricardo Montalban. Patrick Sullivan, we have a local chain called Crackles, better than Culver's. I kind of like it. Culver's is damn good, but I've only been to them a few times. You know, it's expensive. We don't go out. Decatur, Illinois, but several pounds now. Decatur, Illinois. Man, that's close to where I went to school in the Air Force. Because I was at Rantoul. It was leather, but it was sourced from some guy in New Jersey. They got rid of the McDLT because it used twice the foam. D-Man says, yep, they got away from all the foam. Yeah, they sure did. They were always wrapped in paper and then foam for a while, and then back to paper. Damn environmentalists killed the big DLT. It was killed before that. It went away before the packaging went away. It says I miss the foam containers. I don't know. They were nice, but it doesn't matter to me. Of course, I don't eat that stuff very often.
Right, you were not their target market anyway.
Yeah, it says McDLT was cold side cold and hot side hot. Yep, that's exactly right. And then for a while I was kind of vegetarian. I'd go and get a McDLT, and I go, can I get a McDLT with two slices of cheese and no meat? And they'd always do it. In one place I went and asked that, and the guy goes, oh, we're not allowed to do that. I said, ask the manager. And the manager looks at me and goes, well, of course you can do that. So I just get, it's just like a cheese sandwich, you know. Then the manager's like, yeah, I know what he's thinking. It's like, oh yeah, we don't have to give him the meat. Save us some money. Patrick Sullivan says, Rantoul. Yeah, I was at Chanute Air Force Base, Rantoul. And if Inspector Bruce is still in here, Inspector Bruce and I were there at the same time, and that's where we met each other. Was at in Rantoul.
This cherry pie had lava in it. You better believe it. It wasn't the cherries. Well, it was
What's
the
this?
cherries.
What are you talking about?
Cherry pies. They were, when they came straight out of the oven, oh my gosh, they were so hot.
See, Donald Gorski, a resident of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime. As of March 2024, he had consumed over 3,400 Big Macs. He's in Fond du Lac. That's what I've got a cousin who lives in Fond du Lac. I've been there many times. I showed pictures. Maybe it was last week. Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, our 56 Ford, and back in 1958. Those pictures in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Long-standing history. Founded in 1948 by George Webb, the restaurant started a single lunch counter and evolved into a beloved chain 24/7 diner-style service. Both George Webb locations open 24. Really, I never even heard of them. That'd be interesting. It says cherry pies had lava in them. Yeah, well, I missed that. I heard what you. Well, I heard you read it, but I missed reading it. So then when I saw it, I read it. Sorry, I doubled up on it. Went to store bought cold cuts of plastic bag bread in plastic bag, but can't give plastic bag to carry home environmental reasons. Man, in California, well, here still you go to the store and they put your groceries in plastic bags. I was in California with my father, and he's like 90 years old, and I'm there with my stepmom, and she's like a little younger than he is, but not much. And we go in and we buy some craft beers at this place. We got about 6 or 7 just bottles. We're gonna take them and just pour. Wait for Kim to stop and make a noise. So we the guy says the customer service guy behind the counter, the clerk says, instead of, they don't have bags. So he goes, what's your plan on getting this stuff out of here? I'm like, what? Can you put it in a bag? He goes, no. So we, like 3 of us, carrying these beers out the door, just beer bottles. What's your plan for getting this stuff out of here? There's some customer service.
Well, you weren't the first.
The SKV, hello, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Oh, D-Man says the pumpkin pies are good. Patrick Sullivan, 34K Big Macs. Well, after a while, I quit eating Big Macs and started eating the competitors. Uh, Burger King. What are those things called? The Whopper with cheese. Eventually, kind of went back to Big Macs. The ones that were really good were the Jack in the Box Jumbo Jacks back in the late '60s, early '70s. They were big and they had this shredded lettuce and like some kind of sauce. They were so good. And one day I got one and it was like half as big and it had lettuce and a tomato on it. Like, what is this? Oh, that's the new Jumbo Jack. Well, guess how many Jumbo Jacks I bought after that day? 0. See, when I was in Milwaukee, Independence Day '91, we didn't pay for beers. We didn't pay for food. Best host ever, really. What's your state recognized for what kind of food? Oh, here in Tennessee? I don't know, probably fried chicken or something. I don't know. Fifth, we make all the food. New Hampshire state food is the whoopie pie. I don't know what that is. While the state doesn't have an official state food, the whoopie pie is recognized as a state dessert. Is that it's a chocolate thing? It's about to stick around, maybe? I don't know. SKV. God, something just flew in my ear. What's the new piston? What's that new piston-looking thing in live chat? Piston-looking thing in live chat. What am I missing? The new piston-looking thing. What we had this going on. This is what Kim. Oh, she already took the camera away. She's got a skid steer in here. She's working on. Oh, Tim's here. Hey, I saw you're planning on being at No Name Nationals. I didn't know you were going to be there. That's good. You've been in New Hampshire. Street bully. You have to put alcohol in the bag when it's sold in California. It's illegal to walk out with visible alcohol. Well, I don't know. We walked out with beers, just hugging them like a 91-year-old guy and me about 65 at the time, and my stepmom was probably like 80 something, and we're just hugging these beers and trying to make it to the car without dropping them because they wouldn't give us bags. I guess you're supposed to bring your own bag in. I don't know. Andrew Button, Tennessee is known for whiskey. Yeah, and Jack Daniels, I think, is made in a dry county, so they make it there, but you can't drink it there. You can't buy it there. Tennessee, breaded okra. I didn't know that, but you might be right. Mark Sauvé, the XP meter, maybe. XP meter. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Kim's on a mission. Little to know where his fried pickles in Arkansas. When I went to pick up the car, my parts car with Dallas Brown, we went down there and we went in a restaurant. And that's what we got for appetizer. They gave us a big thing of fried pickles. Moon pies from the Dollar Tree. Andrew Button, Kool-Aid pickles. Yuck. Kool-Aid pickles. I don't know what that is. What is this?
Those are the actual compressor.
Oh, these are the pistons out of the compressor. Okay. SKBIS, the XP meter. XP meter. What am I missing? Corn and sugar are the official foods of Tennessee. Corn and sugar. Yeah, I like corn squeezing whiskey, but most of the stuff you buy is just sugar water, fermented sugar water, and it's not made with corn anymore. I wish it was because that stuff was good. But I can't drink much anymore anyway. But I guess owl soup. Oklahoma's fried flavor I enjoy is that 3 tube beer. And but do you think the yellow moon pies are better than the brown? She best probably didn't have any bags. No, I don't think they're allowed to give out bags there. And then in Oregon, they won't put anything in those plastic bags anymore. But you can buy bags that are nice, big, hefty cloth-like bags. So I used to, when I was in Oregon, I bought a lot of them and I brought them home. I still have them here. Marks of a XP meter, the piston-looking thing in the chat. What the hell am I missing? What is the piston-looking thing in the chat? Oh, the thing that has the number, like number 1, number 2, all that stuff. What is this? Another piece that goes in the bag? Now I know what they're talking about.
That piece, I'm going to put that back in here in a minute.
The piston-looking thing. Now I understand what they're talking about. It tells you, you go up to the top and it says top fans. You can click on that, and then you click back out of it, and it shows who has put the most chat messages in, and it rates them from 1 to however many people are in there. It's something new now. I don't know why they're doing it. Yeah, the purple crowns. Crowns, that's what they are. They look like pistons. I never thought about that. They're crowns. I don't know. Something they started doing. I don't know. I don't think I can turn it off. I just leave it there. I don't care. Whatever. So the person like Patrick Sullivan right now is number 1. So I guess he wins. The biggest bucket mouth. I don't know. They just rate everybody now. Something new that YouTube's doing. It says drinking makes me Batman, and that hurts in the morning, but I ain't stopping. Yeah, I drank a little wine the other night. I felt like crap the next day, and it wasn't a hangover. It was just I didn't drink that much. I drank a glass of wine. It just does something to me. Probably something to do with my blood sugar and my current old age. Colorado, if you don't bring your own bags and the store doesn't happen to have the paper you buy, you take a whole car full of stuff to your car with no bag. Yeah, that's like California now. California, I guess you can roll the thing out there and put it all in your car. It's more like a party hat. Maybe it's a party hat. Party hat or a crown or an upside down piston. I kind of like that it's a piston now. It wasn't a piston before tonight. And I'm not number 1. Pretty sure Raw Dog has me beat. Raw Dog's number 3. Oh, it says, I love my king and queens in the UK inauguration day. I just think it's so stupid that they have king and queens and they believe that still have a president on top of that. They don't have a president.
Okay, where's that thing?
They have a prime minister. What's that? You know what? When I was in England, one of the guys I met, their friend, and it was before the king. It was when it was Queen Elizabeth still. He goes, she does the country a lot of good because she is a pretty good person, and she's good for the country. She promotes the country, and everything. He was in the military, and he go, yeah, Her Majesty's airplane. I don't know, it's what they do. Yeah, but they still vote, and they have parliament. That's really how they run the country. Looks like Jughead's hat. Mark Sauvé, I had to stop drinking Southern Comfort. I had to start saying Southern Comfort makes me stupid. I had a girlfriend back when I was like 19 years old. Well, we should have been drinking, but she always drank that stuff, and she called it Sudden Comfort, like Sudden, Sudden Comfort. Andrew Button, Colorado is just a mini California without all the neat stuff California has. California, I always say California is geographically it's a nice place, but I couldn't live there anymore. I had to leave. I left in '91. Best thing I ever did. Southern California or Southern Colorado. Maybe that's so Southern Colorado was my go-to way back when. I always had 750 chilling in the freezer. The 100 proof lid on fire. I don't know what that is. Probably a lot of rich people like to see the royal family go away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. That is their decision, not mine. Mark Survey, strange taste for me was Southern Comfort and Coke with a beer chaser. Acquired taste, maybe. You know, I didn't really like Southern Comfort. There's something thick and sticky about it, but maybe I poured it in some Coke once. I don't know. If she'd drink that stuff, I wouldn't drink it. Well, in the late 60s, we had Boone's Farm. Oh, God, we had Boone's Farm into the early 70s. First year I was in the Air Force, it was still Boone's Farm. Boone's Farm apple wine. What was the other one just like that? Boone's Farm, and there was another one. Raw dog, I love Everclear. Everclear. Fleischmann's vodka and Kess. You can't drink Everclear. Put it in something, maybe.
Oh, I'd drink it. We used to drink that.
Drink Everclear? That just burn. How could you swallow that without hurting your throat?
Well, it did hurt, yeah.
Oh my God, that's like 98% alcohol.
Yeah, pretty sure.
That you can drive. You can run your engine on that.
You did that because you didn't like yourself.
Man.
You
Nowadays,
did that because you didn't want to feel anymore.
Nowadays it's Seagram 7. I remember when I was a little kid, my parents always had a bottle of Seagram 7. And it was in there in the cupboard, and it was just there. And every once in a while, they'd have a drink they called a highball. And they'd get out the Seagram 7, and they'd put back. I bet that bottle was up there for years. The king is detrimental to the country. Yeah, I don't know. It's their thing. Their thing. Colorado has no redeeming qualities now unless you're by the Utah border and buy stuff there. You watch My Friend Pete, he talks about this. He is correct. Really? Yeah, I watch My Friend Pete some. I don't watch him much anymore, but I used to watch him a lot. It says I used to do a lot of high school humping with the help of Boone's Farm. Strawberry Hill. What was the other one that was like that? It was Annie Green Springs. That was the other one. Annie Green Springs wine. And Boone's Farm. They were similar products. Mad Dog. Yeah, I never had that.
Well, bad stuff.
Mark Silva, I've become a rye and Coke guy, but now I can't drink anymore with all these meds. Yeah, and that might be why when I have a drink, like I drank one little glass of wine, I feel like crap afterwards. It might be all the meds, who knows? Something just doesn't work anymore. You can run a diesel engine off veggie oil. Yep. I drink moonshine straight. Just pace yourself. I can't find good moonshine anymore. The old moonshiners made it from corn. It was really good. The moonshine you buy in the stores just seems like sugar water that's fermented, I don't know what it is. Not very good. Not very good.
We tried a whole lot of choices. It's possible to find something better.
What I liked was the local vodkas in Russia. Totally different than what you get here. And I mean, that's all gone now. I used to buy good Russian vodka here, which was, I got that bottle in my room. It's just sitting there. It's all written in Russian. What is that? It's Russian Standard. And there were two different Russian standards, if you can believe that. There was a high price and a low price one. But
there you go. It's back together.
You can't get it. You dropped it there.
You can pretty easily say, "Oh, thing that I dropped out of the way." You can easily see how this here. This is the vent, and it was on the bottom before. And now I've reversed it, so I'll have to turn it so it faces that way. But now it's up on the top. And now this is on the right side. It was over here. I got to move
Oh.
this over to here.
You're not showing anybody. You're just showing me.
Just showing you. They just want to talk about bullshit.
Andrew Button, I don't have a use for any ethanol.
The gasket tore.
Yep, Dark Goose is the sixth I've been with some cream to mint. That's some sweet stuff. Let's see. Stoli was the good stuff. Yeah, but Stolichnaya, which is Stoli, was they called it Russian vodka, but that was back when it was used to, on the bottom of the bottle it said USSR or SSSR, but it was made in the Soviet Union. But it's not. It doesn't come from Russia. It comes from God, where's it come from? One of the comes from Estonia or Latvia, one of those countries in there. So that's when they started making Russian Standard again, because that actually comes from Russia. But Stolichnaya, which really means like table vodka, it wasn't really Russian, but Soviet it was. I used to have a bottle that had USSR on the bottom of it, but I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. It says I got a fellow with pretty homemade still about a mile from there. He brings Bomb-ass whiskey. It's so good. You make it from corn, and let's see, who has the best liquor? Vodka, whiskey, you name it. What country has the best, strongest, but not the best? I don't know about strongest. I don't think strongest is ever the best. Man, you know, there's a place down here that makes their own. I can't think of names of anything. I don't know. It's a small distillery down here in Tennessee that makes some good stuff. But like I say, I don't drink much anymore. ADM and Decatur manufactures alcohol. The claim is the only difference between vodka is the label. Les Sabre, I had real moonshine made from blueberry smokes, and it was great. It plum wine, strawberry schnapps. I wish I could meet the moonshiners. Yeah, most of those old guys, they're gone. There might be still some families around. There was one I went to in South Carolina, and I just stopped there to stop there because they had a flat roof that had, I don't know what was on the flat roof, but they had grass growing, and they had goats up on the roof, and the goats were up there eating the grass. And there's a big sign that says goats on the roof. I stopped to take pictures of it. Then I went in the store, and it's a place that makes legal moonshine. They had the tax stamp on it and everything, but I didn't buy any. But goats on the roof. You probably look that up and find it there in South Carolina. Place with goats on the roof. Max Wedge, hey, how you doing? My dad had a bottle of Ostrovia. Like the guy in the pic looked like exactly like my dad. Okay, Ostrovia. 51. First drink I ever was dandelion wine. Yeah, a friend of mine made some dandelion wine, and I tried some of it. The good moonshiners are all gone. Yeah, that's what I think. There might be some families that, yeah, I know there's some families that was their heritage, and now they're making legal moonshine, but I don't think it's the same thing. It says I make bilge wine, bug juice, sugar, descaling agent for our evapes called Armor Oil. It served the duty of the yeast. Had hundreds of gallons brewing at all times. Jeez. All right, I got so drunk my dad came home and said we were going off to the golf course. My dad was at work. He came home early and said, let's go. Yeah, straight bullet. Sounds like a good way to keep the weeds down on the roof. Yeah, maybe somebody can search that on Google Images, find goats on the roof. I bet you that place will come up. Geez, in parts of Vietnam, they make wine with a bird in the bottle for flavor. What's the stuff that has the worm in the bottle? That's some kind of a It's a tequila or something from Mexico. I don't remember. A worm in the bottle. I never had that.
Is that all we can do?
All we can talk about. Well, you know, at least we.
I think you should shut it down.
You think I should shut it down? Because all we talk
If all
about
you're
is
going to do
alcohol?
is talk about alcohol, not health, not focus at all on what I'm trying to do. You're too busy talking about alcohol. It's sort of upsetting me. Like, you guys can talk about it now and then, but it's like 15 minutes continuous talking about alcohol. Like I'm sure there's plenty of. Go watch the Drinks and Chugs channel. I don't know. I'm disturbed by this. I just
Well, so somebody in here was working in a place that makes alcohol for to pour in gasoline. That's got to be some big operation. Kim's got it partway done, I think. She's upset.
I got it apart to where I can't get it back. I need something. I need high pressure sealant.
You need high pressure sealant. What would that?
Gasket for it. I don't have a gas. Let's think back together. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Somebody help.
Okay, Kim says she needs some high pressure sealant. She doesn't know what to use. Yeah, Brazil has run alcohol since 1972. Yeah, I think they run straight alcohol in their cars. I don't know what they do about, well, you know, the aluminum and parts in the system. I don't know what they're doing about the systems, because that can't be doing that's got to cause corrosion. Unless they put something in it to keep the corrosion down. I don't know. Might put an oil or something in it. Does anyone know who invented the pneumatic tire? Yeah, I think in Brazil they're running straight alcohol. But like I said, maybe they put something in it to. There's one problem with straight. There's a couple problems with straight alcohol. Straight alcohol it's corrosive, which isn't good, you know. But then you have to, like, you can't have aluminum and zinc and things in the system. But the other thing is, it doesn't lubricate. Oh, and the third thing is, if you have a fire, like a leak, and it catches on fire, you can't see the flames. So, like when they're running alcohol on race cars, a lot of times they put something in there, an oil or a small amount of gasoline or something, so they can see the flames, because you can't see them. You won't even know somebody's on fire. You know, you won't even know the car's on fire. The cows catch my mouse. No, it's just running around. What alcohol that we can drink? Well, you know what? Most alcohol that you use for something other than drinking is called denatured, because they put something in it to poison it, and that way they don't have to pay the tax as if it were a drinking alcohol. So when you buy alcohol that's ethanol, like in a big box store, it says denatured alcohol on it. I buy that stuff, and I don't know what they put in it, but it's something so you can't drink it, and it's good for clean up or for, oh, you can use it in, what do you call it? Kind of like an oil lamp, when it's an alcohol lamp. Indy 500 used alcohol. Yeah, and I think they put something in there so you can see the flames. What's the highest proof you guys ever seen? You know, there's stuff around here I have that's an isopropyl alcohol that's 99.9%. It was expensive. Let's see here. It'd be long. Ever seen the blow up planes for pilots? What, the ones like Goodyear made that are when they put air pressure on, they had the structure, so they flew. I remember those things, reading about it. That was like, I don't know when that was, 40s or 50s or something.
You think if I let this gray high torque sealer, put that in, so it will clamp down okay?
I do not know what this is.
Between two machine surfaces?
Ooh, is this still soft in there?
Yeah, I heard someone.
I don't know. This is so faded out you can't even read really what it is, except it says ultra gray. Who knows what ultra gray is? Well, man, you can see it in the. I can see it in the camera better than I can see it myself. This Kim wants to use something for some high pressure.
I don't know, half hour or something. Set up all the way. You know.
It says at our ethanol plants here in the Plains states, every one of the 87 octane unleaded gas gets pumped in at 1 to 2% ratio before the ethanol hits the truck or train car. And is that enough to make it, when it burns, to show the flames? Well, of course it's denatures it. Permtex Ultra Gray is a high-performance RTV silicon gasket maker designed for high torque and high vibration applications. So D-Man looks like he looked it up, and
I mean, that sounds right.
He's got a really good. He's got a really good memory.
No, he did. D-Man, thank you. You get 2 points for looking that up for us. I mean, it's either that or some like copper spray gasket.
Keithley Long says, do high pressure items correctly. Look it up, Kim. No funky around.
I understand, but I don't have the stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll look in the. I can't make one of those gaskets. I don't have a sheet of gasket material.
Yeah, if it says that denatures it, that's it. Okay, it's 1 to 2% ratio gasoline, unleaded, 87 octane unleaded. Well, that would be easy to get and cheap.
Guys, I'm sorry I came over and made a stink. Thank you guys for being here. If you want to talk about anything, you're allowed.
She's really dislikes the alcohol issues.
I mean,
and I understand why. She's helped a lot of people with alcohol problems try to get squared away. And then we talking like, you know.
It's not a forbidden topic. It was time. I appreciate that you guys took the hint. I should have been a little nicer about it.
Very good. I saw a video of a light plane with a failed engine coming down with a parachute out of the back. Yeah, it's real. They've been around for a long time. We used to have them on the planes that I designed and built. We had called them ballistic parachutes. There's a little solid rocket motor that pulls out the parachute, brings the whole airplane down. And usually with a failed engine, you glide to a place where you can land. Now there's an airplane called the SR-22, SR-20 and SR-22. Who makes that thing? I can't think of it. Anyway, it's a certified airplane that has a parachute in it, and they suggest using it if you have a failed engine. But man, if I've got a good landing spot, I'm gonna glide down there rather than coming down on a parachute, not having any control. You don't know where you're gonna end up down.
I'm just irritable because I've got oil up to my elbows, and it's like my skin is. There's a giant puddle over there. And,
yeah, it's got a giant mess in the shop.
And then the gasket didn't come apart. Now the stupid thing's going to try and leak. I don't want to have to take this apart again.
Rodolph says, I love the RC stuff. It's just so expensive to maintain and keep going. I got friends who are really into RC airplanes. You know what? I think they spent almost as much on their airplanes, their RC, that I did on a small single-place airplane for me flying. And I'm not kidding. It was that.
That's a lot.
They spend way too much money on that stuff. See, man, I had Tamiya RC cars when I was a kid, made in Japan. I never got into the cars because we had slot cars when I was young. But then when I was older, it was all the guys that I worked with that were really into RC airplanes. Cirrus, stray bullet, you got it. Cirrus airplanes come stock with a parachute, and they have some acronym for it. I forget what it's called, but they can come down on a parachute.
This is what I'm trying to seal. This is the outer housing. It's a hydraulic pump, and you know what? I just realized that high pressure flows through right here.
Okay.
And it has O-rings. The mating housings have
what
O-rings.
Kind of O-rings?
Rubber.
Rubber. Okay.
Okay, but the seal that goes around here is just a paper seal because this isn't a high pressure vessel. So
and I wanted to say
RTV will be good.
DF Repair, David here from Alberta, Canada. Welcome.
So we're good, DF. I
wanted to say that before it got scrolled away.
Yeah. I just figured
everybody
out,
else in here understands that we're talking about
this housing. I was thinking that it's high pressure, but the only part that's high pressure are these little passages. I'll bring it closer. I just don't want to drip oil. It's so dirty. These passages here and here are high pressure, but the rest of it is not high pressure. It's not a pressure vessel. It's just a flow vessel. It's like a bucket. So if it did leak, it wouldn't like spray out. It would just drip. And that machine has been leaking, dripping everywhere for so long that it's nothing.
Where is it here? Damn, something I saw. Patrick, no, it was Barracuda said, would the plane be damaged much when it lands? Yes. If you got to come down on a parachute, it's for one thing, to save your life, not to save the airplane. If you're in that much trouble, be happy you lived through it.
Yeah,
but that's why I say
landing a plane with a parachute is like gently crashing a car.
I did a lot of flight testing, and a lot of it was with automotive engines and airplanes, not my automotive engines, but for a company, and had a lot of failures, a lot of problems. And as soon as I was in the air, I knew where I was going if that engine quit. And I did a lot of landings, not at airports, sometimes in fields, sometimes on roads, all the times with engines that wouldn't run. And I would much rather glide an airplane down and put it in a nice spot. If I'm flying, I always have a place picked out. Always have a place picked out.
Like a ninja.
Well, unless you're, a multi-engine airplane above the clouds or something. But if I'm flying a single-engine airplane where I can see the ground, I always have a place picked out. And if I don't have a place picked out, I'm looking for a place, and I'm going to change my course so I have a place within gliding distance. Now, if you got to come down on a If you get in a midair or something, or a piece rips off the airplane where it's not going to glide anymore, yeah, use a parachute. But the parachute is not to save the airplane. It's to save your life. And that's it. Don't even think about the airplane when you get to that. Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to put you.
I already put some of that on the other mating
Okay.
half, and I'll let it.
So we're gonna just use that. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be enough. I wish I had the right gasket, but it's not a pressure thing because you got to be careful with pressurized hydraulic fluid. It'll cut you like a knife. But
Yeah.
it's just not that.
DF repair. Build a gasket out of a cereal box or similar. She has like a steel shim. What do you have? A steel shim gasket or something? Or are you putting just stuff on it?
Well,
yeah, because we have cereal boxes around here, and that's why we save them. Currently, I have a Dolly Parton shrimp and grits box, and I saved it for gasket material.
yeah, cardboard box.
Shrimp and grits. That's southern food.
Maybe I should be done because I'm like, you know how you get to that point in the day where you're making bad decisions because you're irritable and greasy and tired, and I really feel like making bad decisions. Maybe that's a bad idea.
Very good. I used to have control line model plane with OS pet motor. You get OS in America. I'm not sure. I used to have control line airplane with God, what were those little Cox 049 engine. You start it like this, and if you got the thing running, it won't shut off. You throw a rag in the prop. Well, one time I was out at an airport and a guy had a problem with the engine. It was a 100 horsepower engine. It's running. He couldn't get it to shut off. And there was a guy there that was a model airplane pilot. He goes, throw a mattress in the prop. Like that would shut the real airplane off. Oh, you know what happened? As a pusher, I ended up crawling in the back of the airplane, getting up there with a pair of big flat vice grips and crimping a soft part. There was a place up there with rubber fuel line, and I crimped that shut. And I think it's shaking, and it finally shut off. But we had to run it was two dual carburetors, and both carburetors had to run out of gas before it quit. OS is a Japanese engine. Maybe I'm not into the model stuff so much. I was on a test flight in Bob Hope's Jetstar back in '98. We were scrambling for parachutes at one point in the ride. Then it worked out. Scrambling for parachutes in a 4-engine jet. Something must have gone wrong. Sometime it's best to stop and try it tomorrow. You don't want to take it apart.
Yeah, I'm there. Getting it apart was a big goal, so honestly.
Well, and you got it back together in a different order the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I got the lever, but I can't get this. It's
the
time
lever's
to stop.
facing the wrong way and the wrong side and everything. She's got that all straightened out.
Yeah, see, this hose right here, or this fitting here, is the vent so that air can come out, but it was upside down before. But in order to flip it over, I had to put the lever from this side to this side. So I've got that far. But in order to put this part back together, I need a gas. That will, yep.
What are people cooking up this hour of night to eat? You know what? When I get home, there's some tortillas there, some small corn tortillas. I'll probably, and Kim might do this too, because she likes to do this, is heat up some tortillas and put a little meat or cheese or something on them and lettuce.
I have a half a slice of pizza still.
You have pizza? Oh, okay.
I ate one piece on the way home, but I have one. We didn't record any.
So Patrick Sullivan says, I had sausage link sandwich. Well, we have some sausage in the refrigerator too, don't we? And Rod Ox says, I'm cooking up some Taco Bell as we speak. It says, Bub, I ain't so sure the pilot was fucking with us, but how do you not take a pilot seriously at 10,000 feet? 10,000 feet isn't real high for that airplane. Man, I don't know. Wonder which one. You said that one had 731s on it, I think, because they had ones with small I don't remember what engines they were. They were turbojets, and then they went to the fans. The one with the fans is a much better airplane. Tim says, I'm late to No Name Nationals. What time do they start going to Lambert's? Go to Lambert's 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. And Stray Bullet Elvis used to have favorite jet stars. Yeah, you ever watch, what's his name? Who's the guy that bought one of Elvis's jets? Made a motorhome out of it? There's a jet star. He's shutting down. Kim's shutting the lights off. I think that's time. Well, I kind of want to do a short or something.
I gotta get my hands.
Okay. So, yeah, Jimmy's World. It's YouTube channel, Jimmy's World. He bought one of Elvis's jets and made a big old motorhome out of it. DF Repair. Take care and thanks for stopping by. No, the other Elvis. Bacon. Some peanut butter and bananas with bacon. What? 3 bullets taken off. Okay, everybody's bailing from here, Kim.
Well, we said we were being done.
Yeah, okay, so you gonna say goodnight?
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody, I'm sorry. It's time to cut it. This is hard work, and I need a break. But thanks, everybody, for being here, for hanging out. Thanks to our moderators. Thanks for super chats. We will be back on Tuesday night. It's Saturday, right? Yeah, Tuesday night in the studio. Our studio lives start a little earlier. Ring the bell to get notified. It starts at 7 Central instead of 9:30. And
oh yeah, that's Tuesday. That's coming up.
That's next. Yeah, that's the next time we'll be live. So wish us luck on this machine. Hopefully we have it together in a couple of days. And check out my channel, Kim Fixes Things. Although there's nothing new there, hasn't been for a while. Everything goes up on the Buff Del Campo channel. And get some rest. Don't drink too much.